finally, as we explore patterns, let's think about graphing ordered pairs. So this is an example of a coordinate plane, and perhaps I want to graph -4, 5. I have to remember that that ordered pair shows me the relationship between one x and one y, and then I can use that to start when I start at the origin, and the first value in the ordered pair, or x, tells me how I'm going to move horizontally, and the second value of y tells me how I'm going to move vertically. So if I was going to place this on my coordinate plane, I'm going to look at the first number, -4, and I see that I'm going to move -4 spaces from the origin, and I go ahead and plot this. All right, as I think about graphing this ordered pair, I want to remember that that's the relationship between an x and a y. I'm going to look at my coordinate plane and determine the origin, and I see the 4 quadrants there as well. I see my origin and I see the 4 quadrants. And I also see my x-axis and my y-axis, and those intersect at the origin. I'm going to look at this first ordered pair. The first number represents x. This tells me how many spaces from the origin I'm going to move horizontally. So I'm going to start at the origin and move -4 horizontally from the origin. Then I'm going to keep my pencil or pen there, and then I look at the next part of this ordered pair, which is 5. This tells me how I'm going to move vertically, and because it's positive, I'm going to move up 5, and then I could take my pen or pencil and I could mark that ordered pair on the coordinate plane with a dot, and then it's always nice to label it too. So that green dot there shows -4, 5. Now we have another example that we could look at here, which is 3, -4. And instead of doing this on my drawing, I'd like to use a manipulative to graph this ordered pair. Join me as we look at using the coordinate grid board. All right, this is a coordinate pegboard. You can use it to just show numbers in one quadrant. So here I can show my x-axis and my y-axis, and then I could plot numbers here in this quadrant 1. And I actually, a long time ago, numbered the bottom here, which is not going to be really helpful for what I'm about to do. So now just ignore the numbers. But I can also set this up so that I can move my x-axis and I can move my y-axis to then create a 4-quadrant grid board. Maybe I want to set it up just about there. So now here is my origin, and I want to show this ordered pair on this coordinate grid board. So first I'm going to look at the 3. This represents how I'm going to move horizontally. And I can take this little peg here, start at the origin, and I'm going to move 3, and it's positive because it's a positive integer. 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to stick right there because now I'm going to look at the second number. Maybe I could even put that in there for just a moment, which is -4. That means that's how I'm going to move vertically, and I'm going to move this way because it's a negative number. -1, -2, -3, -4. I can go ahead and put in my peg right there to show that I just showed 3, -4. Now I really like this coordinate pegboard because, well, we use the 4 quadrants. I already showed 1 quadrant, but if you were interested, you could also show a 2-quadrant grid board if you had a reason to do that. But it's really flexible in terms of how you can use it, and then these little pegs are really helpful for not just dropping, but you can put them in to show different ordered pairs, and then students can have practice using this coordinate grid board. So now it's time to do activity 4. In this activity, you are going to think about how you'll help students graph ordered pairs. Have fun with this, and I'll see you on the flip side.